Let's see how this works. This is going really slow. And it's shaking because the car's on. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this live stream where I'm going to do a book haul. And I'm doing it on a live stream because I don't want to have to edit a video. Just saying. So, as you get in here, let me know in the chat if this is even working. Also, let me know if you can hear me over the AC because it is 100 degrees out here right now. I had to find a place to park that had a little bit of shade, but it's noon, so the sun's directly above us. Us meaning you and me here. Okay. Caitlin, hello. How are you? Miss you. I hope everything is going well with you. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, so I was out in the Bay Area for a bit and got to go to my favorite bookstore in the world, City Lights Books, next door to Vesuvio, right there on Kerouac Lane in between. And I got a big bag of books that I wanted to share with you guys. I don't know about this bag. It's one strap, which isn't bad, but then it has this Velcro thing. It's like the most Velcro-y Velcro I've ever seen. So I guess it's cool that the bag actually shuts. I just don't know about this one strap tote. I'm not sold on it, but it's okay. So yeah, so I have, let me see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books to show you guys, which is kind of awesome. And in about, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes, we'll go ahead and start the unveiling. But Nikki Jam, what's up? The other thing I was going to say about this trip was that I also got to go to another bookstore, and I'll show you the books I got there too, called Walden Pond, in I think it's just in Oakland. Maybe it's not necessarily Oakland, maybe it's like a different part, but maybe Piedmont, maybe something like that. But I don't think it was Rock Ridge, because I did go to another store in Rock Ridge called Pegasus Books, which was really cool, but they didn't have what I was looking for. So I bounced, son. Anyway, so I have a lot of books here. And the thing is that all my books are in storage. So these are the books that I will be doing videos about here relatively soon, which is kind of cool, right? And what have you. So I'll, if you watched the last Bukowski video, I showed you the books I got at Walden Pond. So I'll just go over those again really quick. So Allen Ginsberg, The Fall of America. I think I have this. I think I already have this, but I don't think I've read it yet. I mean, I'll know once I start reading it. But I'll read the back. Beginning with long poem of these states, The Fall of America continues, Planet News, Chronicle, tape recorded, scribed by hand, or sung condensed. The flux of car, bus, airplane, dream consciousness, person during automated electric war years, newspaper headline, brain, auto, posy, and silent desk musings, headlights flashing on road through these states of consciousness. That was basically one sentence. That's one of those things. I do have Planet News, and I think I did enjoy that one. Because I couldn't remember if I have Caddish or not either. but all these books are in storage, so I have no idea what I have. So basically, if it turns out I already have these books, I will do a giveaway for the books that I already have. But I don't think I have this one. Maybe I do. Anyway, so I got that. And here's the funny thing. I went to a store in the Bay Area and bought a bunch of City Lights books, knowing I was going to end up going to City Lights within a day or two. So then the next one I got was Revolutionary Letters by Diane DePrima. Am I going to read this? I might as well. By Turns, a handbook of counterculture living, a manual for street protest, and a broadside against the repressive state apparatus. Revolutionary Letters is as relevant today as it was 50 years ago. In 1968, visionary poet Diane DePrima moved from beat New York to hippie San Francisco to begin these letters. Poems filled with a blend of utopian imagination, radical politics, and ecological awareness, immersed in alternative histories and mystical traditions. The poems were catapulted into the world through underground newspapers and free pamphlets, circulating far and wide. In 1971, Lawrence Ferlinghetti published the first of 4 ever expanding book versions in the Pocket Poet series. In her last years, DePrima oversaw the final iteration of this lifelong project, adding poems written between 2007 and her death in 2020. This 50th anniversary edition marks the long-awaited return of Revolutionary Letters to City Lights. So that's pretty cool, especially with what's going on right now. Politics aside, LA is a disaster right now, and the news is probably making it worse than it is. And I don't watch the news, but where I'm staying in the lobby, they have Fox News on 24 hours a day. And so every time I walk through the freaking lobby, I get little glimpses, which scares the crap out of me and makes me call my daughter and find out if she's okay, blah, 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 what have you. But anyway, so this is going to be a really good and interesting read. I might actually move this up in my like TBR pile because, you know, right now, the whole thing, guys, the whole thing. Let me know if you've read any of these, by the way. Okay. And then I also got, where are we? I got Time as a Mother by Ocean Vuong. Haven't read this one yet. I actually feel like I need to get the, I can't remember what it's called, but I think it's called On Earth We Were Briefly Beautiful or something like that, or something like that. I feel like I need to read that. That seems to be the thing that everybody talks about when they talk about him. So, Zap, what's up? So yeah, so I gotta pick that one up, but I got this one because I've been wanting to get it for a while, but I didn't want to get this one, which is the second poetry collection. I wanted to get this one, Night Sky with Exit Wounds. This is the one, if you saw my Ocean Vuong video, like, is Ocean Vuong good or whatever, one of the readings he did that I was like commenting on was him reading poems from this book. And let me show you the gimmicky poem that got me into a big argument with actually more people than I thought would have given 2 craps that I said somebody was gimmicky. I don't think gimmicky is a bad thing. It's just like, it's a gimmick, you know? So this poem right here, this one, okay? It's all done in footnotes. The whole poem's in footnotes. And so when he reads this poem at a reading, you have no idea it's all in footnotes. And I mean, I don't know, like, people write poems in different ways. E.E. Cummings, I think, was gimmicky. That pisses people off. I don't know what the big deal is. Anyway, so I started reading this one, and it's like, honestly, his stuff is good. And I said that in the video. Good. It is good. But he does tend to rest on the same metaphor in different poems. And that annoys me. And I hate when people do that. And every poet does it. The greats do it. Like, they will keep coming back to the same metaphor. And maybe that's intentional. I think it's lazy. I'm sure I've done it. I try not to do it. I guess you never know what's going to end up in a book or not. But I don't know. Like, I feel like once you know it's a book, like, you know the book, what poems are going to be in the book. I don't know. Take some time, guys. Like, go. Should I use this metaphor? I don't like to edit, but for F's sake, you know. The other thing about this, I had this book for 2 seconds and I stained it with coffee before I even opened it. So that's classic. That's classic me right there, right? But like, some of the poems in here are just really interesting. Like, talking about his father, and I mean, I'll do a whole review on this eventually, but just from a poetry standpoint, this guy's life is so different than most of the poets you're going to read that I don't know, it's refreshing, I guess, is the best way to put it. But if the whole book is that refreshing and then the next book is the exact same thing, then it's not going to be refreshing anymore. So it might just be this being the first poetry book of his that I read, like, blah blah blah, fill in the blanks. You guys know what I'm saying. So those are the books that I got at Walden Pond. The rest of these books I got at City Lights. So I'm excited. Mm-hmm. It is so hot outside. All right. I don't know where to start. Let me see. I guess we will start with, what was the first one I picked up? Yeah, we'll start with these. I feel like I'm missing a book. Maybe I put some books down. I don't know. There were so many people there because I went on a weekend. Or no, it was Friday. I went on Friday. And there were so many people there that, like, I was just grabbing books off the shelf because you can't really stand in front of the shelf and hold a book and look at it when you're in the poetry room upstairs at City Lights, because there's all these people there and they're all trying to see stuff. So you don't want to stand in the way. So I would just, like, see a book that I thought would be relatively interesting. I grab it, and then I ended up just hanging on to it. So good marketing by them there. So we'll start with this one. This is Gasoline by Gregory Corso. I don't like when they redo the covers and stuff. I wish this was just like the old pocket books, pocket poets, because they do the inside the same. So why change the cover? What, you think you're tricking somebody there? I don't know. So anyway, we got quotes on the back from Kerouac, Burroughs, and Ginsberg. I'll just read this poem because I opened it up to it. It's called I Am 25. With a love, a madness for Shelley, Chatterton, Rimbaud, and the needy yap of my youth has gone from ear to ear. I hate old poet men, especially old poet men who retract, who consult other old poet men, who speak their youth in whispers, saying, I did those then, but that was then, that was then. Oh, I would quiet old men, say to them, I am your friend. What you once were, through me, you'll be again. Then at night, in the confidence of their homes, rip out their apology tongues and steal their poems. Wow. That's actually kind of funny. But anyway, so yeah, that was actually pretty clever. But yeah, like, I can't stand people who say, and I mean, I guess poets do it too, but just like people do it with the whole, like, Oh, I'm getting so old. Oh, I'm old. Da, 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 da. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the purpose of this is. Maybe you in the chat can tell me. What is the purpose of someone like pontificating out loud to the gods? I am old. Like, what does that do? I'm so old. My body hurts. I feel old. Whatever. I think the more you say shit like that, the worse you're gonna feel. The worse you're gonna, unless you're like, oh, I'm so old. I have gained so much wisdom through my years of grief and agony and suffering. That would be like, I would be like, oh, this person's fucking onto something. Let's hear about this. But somebody bitching that like their fucking back hurts or they got some gray or whatever the fuck it is. Like, I I can't be around people who do that. It absolutely drives me crazy. I'm like, I'm I'm still like reaching my peak. Like, stop. Like, I don't want to catch your nastiness. Anyway, so that was a fun book. And then I got a couple other of the pocket poets. I got Selected Poems by Philip La Mancha. Now, if you remember in the City Lights anthology, I think I liked the La Mancha poem in there a little bit better than I did in that Penguin Poets series that had Bukowski, Harold Norse, and La Mancha, or La Mantia. I don't know how to say his name. We'll say Lamont. No, we'll say I don't fucking know. We'll call him Phil. Good old Phil. So I wanted to give him another go, like just an actual book of his to read through and see. So proclaimed when Selected Poems was first published in 1967, celebrating his re-embrace of the Surrealist movement after a 20-year estrangement, beginning with his early poems and moving on to the new Surrealist work. The book also includes substantial selection of his wanderings among the Beat Generation. Long out of print, Selected Poems now claims its rightful place as a pocket poet's classic in this new expanded edition, which includes an afterword along with reproductions of his correspondence with his editor, Lawrence Ferlinghetti. Now, I'm not trying to like say anything bad about Ferlinghetti. Like, I don't think Ferlinghetti was a very great poet. I think Ferlinghetti, like as a publisher and as an editor, I guess, like changed a lot of American literature. Definitely. Okay. Not taking that away from him. But it's so funny how so many of these books will tack Ferlinghetti into something in the back, just so you know, hey, Ferlinghetti, like, don't mess around, you know? And I do not speak ill of the dead. Without Ferlinghetti, we wouldn't have a lot of things. So I appreciate you. Is there anything in here I could just... Oh, here's something very small. Let's see. As Some Light Fell is the name of this poem. As some light fell on the inscaped facade, stains of interior cancer intervened the stars, bewitched by time, a long room of rooms who opened on you, iris. The street corner flew into spring, precisely a lily or an iris. I don't know, dude. And then here we go again. That's what that looks like. And then look at that. We have a comma before precisely. Like, some people would call that a mistake when he was trying to like put the stuff together. Others will call that, oh, that's moving poetry into a different area. That's profound right there. So anyway, so we will try this. We'll see how this goes. I'm not expecting anything, so usually when I don't expect anything, I'm pleasantly surprised. So we'll see how that is. Okay, and then we got this, When I Was a Poet by David Meltzer. Not the Dave Meltzer from the Bay Area who talks about wrestling, but a different one. I can't remember. I'm sure his poems were in that book, but I have some of his stuff in another collection. And I was like, I'm like, you know what? This ain't bad, actually. Let me see. It gets down to the basic way: we, I, you, live, die, do life, no death. The rest is restless. Lots of mirror, lots of terror, lots of rare unknown complaints. Protection. I have 10 faces on both hands. I spring at you whenever your back is turned. Seems more like a riddle, but that's okay. So anyway, we're gonna give this a go. And it has a Ferlinghetti quote on the back. A dual milestone in City Lights history. When I Was a Poet is volume 60 of the Pocket Poet series, as well as our first book of poems by renowned beat author David Meltzer. The title piece is an ambitious work by a master at the height of his powers, a spiritual assessment of the meaning of a lifetime spent writing poetry. Also included are portraits of key figures in the poet's life, including Semina artist Wallace Berman. I probably said that wrong, as well as California Dreamin', a reminiscence of beat era bohemian life. Among its other highlights are the vintage, previously uncollected series, French Broom, a nutty homage to Mr. Peanut. Oh, do you see what he did there? That was clever. A section of mystical amulets and complete versions of night reels and Dogma. Dogma is the book of his I have, or the thing of his I have, which appear here for the first time, with its profound meditations on love, loss, aging, death. When I Was a Poet is a substantial contribution to American poetry by one of the foremost living practitioners. Oh, cool. At least when this was written, dude was living. I like that. Okay. So that's that. Then, okay. Riddle poetry, good idea. Yeah, it's not bad. So then I got this just because I was going to look at it to see if it was one of the haiku books, but it wasn't. So I'm going to give this a go. Kerouac, Scattered Poems. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm going to do this is because I get compared to this guy way too much, I think. I personally have never really liked his stuff. His novels, I don't dig. His haikus, I don't know. Like, I've never fallen in love with a haiku, I don't think. So this one, I'm going to give a go and just see if there's any connection where I could go, oh, I can see why people say that. One of my biggest things with him is his religious guilt seeps into everything he writes, and I can't relate to that. So I could read it and go, oh, yes, that is a well-constructed poem, whatever. It doesn't speak to me. So like, I don't like care that much about it. Do you guys see what I'm saying? So I'm going to read the back here and just see. Here down on dark earth, before we all go to heaven, visions of America, all that hitchhiking, all that railroading, all that coming back to America. I don't know. There it is. Some gimmicky looking stuff. I know I shouldn't say that. I just do, guys. I don't care. God. Maybe it's the travel stuff. Like, oh, and then there are some haikus in here. At least one page of haikus. Oh no, there's quite a few pages of haikus. Whatever. I'm gonna give this a go, and if I hate it, I'll do a great rant video. And people love when I talk shit on Kerouac. I don't do it for people to love it, but and when I say they love it, they like to come into the comments and tell me what a fool I am and stuff like that. So we'll see how this goes. And it's a little tiny book. It should be fun. Should be okay. Then I got this. Pasolini, Roman Poems. This should be kind of cool. Um, Special edition to commemorate the 30th anniversary of Pier Paolo Pasolini's death. The Italian filmmaker was first and always a poet, the most important civil poet, according to someone in Italy in the second half of this century. His poems were once deeply personal and passionately engaged in the political turmoil of his country. In 1949, after his homosexuality led to the Italian Communist Party to expel him on charges of moral and political unworthiness, Pasolini fled to Rome. This selection of poems from his early impoverished days to his last, with a backward longing glance at his native, wherever he's from, is at the center of his poetic and filmic vision of modern Italian life as an inferno. That's really cool. So hopefully this will be good. I was trying to, because like there's some Picasso poems in that anthology, and so I keep going like, ooh, did they ever actually put out a Picasso poetry book? I would love that. So I got that. Almost done here, guys. Then I got this. Neely Tchaikovsky, The Portrait Gallery Called Existence. Okay. Oh, that's cute. And then his dog's sniffing the thing. In his final book, Tchaikovsky offers a view of his own life in a collection of poems filled with luminous details about the lives and works of others. The book follows Tchaikovsky from his early encounters in Los Angeles with Wanda Coleman and Jack Michelin to his youthful heyday among the Beat generation in North Beach, San Francisco, rubbing shoulders with the likes of Allen Ginsberg and Gregory Corso. Also included are several portraits of key poetic forebears, including Rimbaud, examined by Tchaikovsky's perspective in 1959 and later in life in 2023. The book ends with memories of close family members and a number of moving self-portraits as the poet confronts his own mortality. A powerful final statement from a master poet. I'm going to cry. That is heavy. And it's crazy because, like, Ferlinghetti died not too long before Neely died. And he has an elegy to Corso in here. He has a bunch of elegies in here. Oh, this is going to just break my heart, dude. And he has his Ferlinghetti. Oh, dude, this is going to break my fucking heart, man. It's funny because I can't remember what's that press in Colorado? Anyway, one of the people from there wrote me a while ago and said after Neely died that they were going to send me his last book. I never got it. So I don't know if this is it because this is with City Light. So I don't know if like something happened and that's why I never got it or whatever. But anyway, this is a beautiful cover and the book looks great. It feels really good. Feels good to hold. So this is going to be, that's going to make me so sad, guys. God. Anyway, so as you know, we're about to finish Rooming House Madrigals in the Bukowski Book Club. And I was getting worried because my copy of the next book we're going to do, Sepulchre and Stew, is in storage. And I was just going to order it on Amazon, but I'm not living at my place yet. I don't know where I don't know. It was just weird. So I'm like, I'll just go to bookstores and see if I can find it. And after all the bookstores I went to, I found it at City Lights. And it wasn't in the poetry section. It was in the, with his novels and stuff. And this book's kind of beat up. But anyway, so long story short, this is the second copy of this book I have. So I will definitely be sending this. We'll do a like giveaway at the end of, doing the book club and I'll send this out to somebody. Oh my God, it feels so good. Look at, oh my God. That feels nice, dude. I don't like how the cover feels, but oh, those pages flip and feel good. So anyway, so we have, there are poems and short stories in here. And this book of his, as far as books that came out during his lifetime, this is one I've only read this book once. And I don't really remember a lot about it. And I read it kind of early on in me digging Bukowski. So this is going to feel really new to me. So I'm very much looking forward to doing this. So we have one more video in Rooming House. And so we'll be doing this book in July. Maybe we should wait till, no, I'm not going to wait till August. That's silly. Yeah. So we'll do this book in July. Let me see how many different videos there will be for that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 3. Okay, so there's only going to be 4 videos probably for this book instead of like the 5 or 6 that we've been doing with Rooming House. So yeah, so those are all the books. I can't even pick them up. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do one of those fun things. So ask away. Any questions you guys got? Let's hear them now. Let's hear them before I give up and say this was a horrible idea. I'm glad this is actually working because I'm using my phone hotspot in a parking lot in what little shade there is out here. Oh, and I got this bag, so that's fun. Bags are fun, and it even came with a bookmark. Look at that. I'm living the dream now, guys. Living the dream. Let me see here. Sorry, my kid texted me. I'm been really worried about her. She said like nothing's going to happen to her at work because she works at a hospital. So like there's nothing going on there, even though that's where people end up. But getting there, like I think she goes through some of it, but her boyfriend I think works closer to where a lot of the action is. I think a lot of it is just downtown though. I think that's where the heart of it is, which is crazy because I was looking, and if I would have got that place in Little Tokyo, that would be absolutely bonkers. Like, I don't know how I would have been handling any of this. I wonder if the days of heroic poets will ever return. I can't look at the news anymore. I can't. Speaking of heroic poets, give me an example of who you're talking about when you say heroic poets, because I don't think poetry is a dead medium. I think the poets of today, for the most part, are dead. They're a dead medium. The poets themselves are a dead medium. I think a lot of the people who would have been poets 20 or 30 years ago are now like content creators on TikTok and stuff like that. I think the medium has changed. I don't know if I think the written word has necessarily changed to where it's obsolete, because there's a part of me that goes, oh, there should be somebody somewhere, sometime, who like transcribes a lot of this stuff, transcribes somehow the TikToks and the Instagrams and the blah, blah, blah. But I don't know if you can do that. And I don't know if anyone would want to do that. And I don't know if anybody would fucking care. But I just think that a lot of the people who would have been great are doing other things because they can, like why the fuck not? Dude, I spilled a bunch of coffee all over stuff. I don't know how that happened. Oh, I just mean the beat, guys. How cool the scene was. Oh yeah. scenes are different now too, because like things used to be, and I don't want to be like, it used to be blah blah blah, because I wasn't even fucking there when it happened. But I mean, I know the punk scene and stuff like that, and the hardcore scene, like, so I get it from that standpoint. But like, community was such a huge part of building a scene, creating your own art, being inspired to create other art, word of mouth, people writing letters, the whole thing. Now, most communities are a handful of people all over the world. And so it's hard to create a um, like a swell of support for something when you don't have the in your face ness of it. Because like I've been in groups of poets, and I mean, probably Anarchy Crew is like pretty close to being the same thing, but it's like where there's one person in like Philly, there's one person here in LA or something like that, there's one person in London, there's somebody in Istanbul or something. And it's like you can't really create a scene doing stuff like that. And we have given up the ability to create like a community. We've given that up for convenience, and it's just like that's what it is. So we have to figure out a way to make that work. But yeah, like if one person's thing goes viral, then you would think it would trickle down. But I have known people who like they went viral, and they even went viral on a post that like tagged people, and it still didn't do anything for those other people. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm not saying like popularity and fame is the same as having heroic poets, but if if you scream alone in a dark room, like who fucking cares, you know? um Bunny, hi. Lurk, lurk, lurk. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was a little too flighty as far as what I'm thinking. I don't know. Anyhow, so that was a good, thoughtful question, because now I'm going to be trying to figure that out. And I always try to do stuff like that, like Poetic Anarchy Press. Like I'm always like, oh, we're going to change this, we're going to do that. But I have noticed like the people who are the best editors and the best publishers, um, the best people to put like events on and stuff like that, are usually people who are not artists of any kind, because you creating art gets in the way of you doing the thing you should do for the community. And the hard pill I've had to swallow is that I'm just not that good at doing the community stuff as much as I want to, as much as I want to put things together, as much as I want to do the Blood Rag and Bloodshed Review and the press and putting out people's stuff. I'm just not that good putting other people's things together. I mean, I can put the things together, but it's like, I don't know. I don't think I'm that good at it. Like, that's just me. I was talking to an editor friend of mine the other day about this, about how editors are a very different breed, and have kind of like a super thankless job. As I in a live stream where I just like gave Ferlinghetti a bunch of shit. That's hysterical. Look at me. Self-awareness, guys. But anyway, so that's that. If you guys have any other questions, throw them at me while I'm here. I don't know when the next time I'm going to be able to do this is. I am moving into my new place in a couple days. So I'm very excited. I cannot wait to get back to like doing things on a regular basis, painting and doing the whole thing. Oh my God. Um, Doing more streams, and writing Zooms and stuff like that. I cannot fucking wait to get back to normal. If you like doing that, dude, do it. If it's tricky, if trying to write in a specific form is making the writing difficult, like do other things too. Like do other stuff. Like writing should be easy. It should flow like water. Like, and if it's not doing that, if you're getting caught up on the form, come back to it or do something that you're more comfortable with that you can actually. And I know people are like, no, you should always like challenge yourself and blah 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 blah. That's great, but if you're not creating because you're challenging yourself, that's a bad thing. And I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm just throwing that out there. Like, that's one of those things. Those are one of my tenets. But for those of you who care, I've reduced a bunch of prices on my store for this month at mattwallart.com. So there's certain things, if you want, go get them, especially like my 12 by 12 paintings. Whatever of those that don't sell this month, I'm taking down, and I'm just going to keep them for myself because I like them. But I can't wait to put up the newer stuff I've been doing. Oh no. So you've been having a hard time. Yeah. It's a bit tough. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm also one who says, like, don't quit, like keep going, do your thing. But if it's hindering creativity, like cut that. I don't like that. Let me ask you guys this stupid question. Have any of you ever bought food, knew you had it in the car, took it inside, you think, and then once you're inside, have no idea where it is, can't find it at all? That is something that's happened to me today. I spent most of this morning trying to find my breakfast, and it's nowhere to be found. So that's fun. It sucks. So that's awful. That's a poem right there. Like, the invisible man stole my fucking breakfast, dude. Anyway, so I've just been sucking down some nasty decaf. Yeah, I'm drinking decaf coffee right now because they were out of regular because I woke up late and missed the continental breakfast. My God. Yeah, limited edition chapbooks, mattwallart.com. Paintings, mattwallart.com. Check that stuff out if you haven't yet. And if you want to buy multiple stuff, I will do discount. So just hit me up and let me know what you want, and we'll work that out. I'll give you like a code to get a discount or something. And Anarchy Crew people do get a discount. So check that too. I've got this part in the beginning: bitter, tense, and waiting, watching every moment passing quickly. Was I wasting time pretending critics won't be cruel and prickly? Yeah, that's cool. You're doing it. Yes, and you are wasting time thinking critics are gonna not be like that. That's what they do. And typically when a critic gives something praise, they don't get as much attention. Whereas if they talk mad shit on something, they get all sorts of likes and retweets and shares and all sorts of other stuff. God, our whole fucking life is based on shares and likes. And which reminds me, if you guys haven't, we only have 2 likes on this live stream. So let's get those likes up, guys, because that's what everybody cares about, right? Hey! Yes, lock in all crevices where shit can fall. Or look in all crevices. Are you talking about my breakfast? Yeah, I gotta find it somewhere. It's gotta be. It was a bag, like a big bag, and so I'm like logically, I'm like, I must have just like left it in the lobby and then they threw it out or something. But I don't know if I stopped in the lobby when I came in from the car. I don't remember. God, it's probably somewhere dumb. Like I probably like had my hands full of something else, and so I put it in the bathtub when I was. I have no idea. This is so stupid. So angry. So dumb. But yeah. Yeah, I was going to go to the Beat Museum. Every time I go to San Francisco, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to the Beat Museum. And then I'm across the street from the Beat Museum. And then I end up not going. But I also don't know what I could actually get out of the Beat Museum. Oh, I was going to go to MoMA. And then the day I was going to go, they had a free day coming up. And I'm like, oh, I should wait. Oh, you guys are ahead of me on the stream. Yeah. Yeah, if you just came, I'm trying to think of I think the delay is like a minute or a minute 30, I think. I'm not 100%. This is heading towards the ghost of a ballerina haunting a graveyard. Yes, that's probably what happened too. The ghost of Tucker Carlson's career in the lobby with Fox News on probably came and took my breakfast. The branches of this tree, because the wind's blowing, are scratching the roof of my car. Not thrilled about that. And my car sounds like, here, I'm going to turn my car off and just see what happens. It might get really warm in here really quick. Let me know if that's better, if you guys can hear me better. I'm sure you guys will be able to hear me better. Oh, yeah, it's getting warm in here, son. Oh, my gosh. I'm not going to be able to do this much longer. Oh, my God, it is getting warm in here. Oh, the air is getting thick. Air is getting thick with death. I can't remember what the fuck I was talking about. Oh, I didn't even get to go to MoMA. I was gonna go on this one day, and then 2 days later there was a free day, and so I was gonna go on the free day, and then I had to cut the trip short and come back. So I ended up not being able to go, which really pisses me off because they have that Raschenberg, I think is how you say his name, the erase de Kooning drawing where he went to him and he had. I do not like these branches scratching the roof of my car. It's really distracting. But they had that there and I wanted to see it. They had like 4 Rothkos that I haven't seen, and one of them is the Rothko that's on the cover of that Rothko book I have. How many times can I say Rothko in a sentence? Let me see. I think it's number 14. It's gorgeous. I wanted to be all up in it. They had a Pollock that I hadn't seen. They had a couple Basquiat things. I don't know if they're actually on display, but I don't know. I really wanted to go, so hopefully I'll get back up there in like a month or so. I was going to visit some of my family too. Oh, sorry. Actually, I was talking about my poem. Oh, that's actually cool. It starts with the ballerina getting bad press. Oh, I get you. See, that's awful. Why the hell are you talking shit on ballerinas, critics? Oh, but yeah, Seasons of the Muse. I know I've talked about this before, but the book is done. I just have to finish doing the front matter and back matter, basically the table of contents. And because the book is so big, it's going to be like 325 pages of poems. So with the front matter and back matter, it's going to be about 336, I'm guessing. So doing the table of contents for that is going to blow. And it has 6 pieces of art of mine in it as well. So that's cool. I have to redo the cover. And in July, I'm going to do a crowdfunding thing for it. So I'm very excited. It is going to be good. And it's so funny because I immediately want to start putting together my LA poems book too. But I still got to finish should I just do the type books too? And the poetry is bullshit. I don't know. There's so many projects I have to do that I want to do that I'm excited to do, but then I get all I got to turn the car back on. It's getting sweltering in here, guys. Oh, that feels so much better. Oh, give me that cool. How's my computer doing? Oh, it's good because it's right